What's up everyone? This week I'm going to be doing a tech review for something that's super useful if you're a traveling kayaker and you like to take photos like me and you want to be able to back up your photos and videos, but you don't want to have to drag your laptop around with you everywhere you go, or sometimes you're going to a place where you can't take your laptop with you. So this week I'm going to be reviewing a GNARBOX, which is a way to back up your photos and videos without having to have a laptop with you, which is super useful if you're like me and you like going on kayaking trips and you hate taking your laptop with you. Just before we get started, I'd like to say that this company GNARBOX did not pay me to make this review. I bought this product on the internet and I'm going to tell you exactly what I think about it, the good, the bad and the ugly. So let's get started. First of all, obviously fairly small. This is my iPhone. This is a kind of a size comparison. Fairly small, fairly slim. It is decently weighty. It's like having a couple of iPhones, I guess, in weight. I don't know exactly how much it weighs. It's not like, it doesn't weigh a ton. Fairly rugged. I don't think it's all the way waterproof, but it's fairly rugged, which is useful. Let me walk you through it. It's just basically a box, obviously. It's got these two doors on the front, which are really stiff and hard to open. And then in there you've got some slots for SD, micro SD, USB, USB 3. No USB-C though, which I was pretty disappointed about. Like it's 2018. Like catch the f up, you know. Apple are doing this shit, so you guys gotta get on board. Charges via a USB, really hard to open, which I guess is good because it keeps like dust and dirt and stuff out. But it's a real pain to open. Anyway, charges via a little USB 3 guy down there, which is super nice. So inside the box, basically there's like an Intel chip or a small computer chip, I think. I don't know exactly how it works, but there's basically a hard drive and a computer chip, and then you connect this to an app on your phone, and you're able to insert your camera SD card right into the slot. You can back it up just onto this box. Or you can also plug in an external hard drive and then move stuff from your camera card or your GoPro card onto an external hard drive, which is super useful. Just came back from Uganda, where I was there for 2 months and not in a position where I could take my laptop easily with me. Lots of the time we weren't in a super secure location, like I couldn't lock my stuff anywhere. I was living in like kind of a mud hut type situation, so I didn't really want to have my expensive laptop with me. This is a nice alternative option that I use paired up with my phone to transfer files and footage around onto a hard drive, which I also took with me, which was pretty practical. Right out of the box, get it, turned it on. I got mine shipped to one of my friends in the US who brought it to Uganda for me, because it was like free shipping in the US, but it was like $100 to ship it to England. So I got it in Uganda when I arrived, and right out of the box, super pumped to clear a card, plug in a hard drive, turned it on, paired it with my phone, and not all of the features worked right out of the box, which I was super annoyed about. Like you had to do a firmware update before you could plug a hard drive in, so you could only move things from your SD card onto the hard drive on here, which is fine for like the first memory card full of stuff, but once you're like onto the next one and the next one, you know, so I had to do a firmware update, and then where I was didn't have Wi-Fi because it was like a mud hut. So that was super annoying that it didn't work like with all the features right out of the box. But I did manage to get some Wi-Fi later on in the trip, and I could use all the features after that, which was great. But right out of the box, that was kind of a super annoying thing that not all the functionality was there. Like I guess I've kind of been spoiled by like Apple products where you just take it out and it just works. And I was pretty annoyed. Anyway, moving on. Let's just go over and I'll show you how it works. So the way the GNARBOX works is turning it on with the one button that's on it. Turn it on, pair it with the Wi-Fi on your phone, and then use the app, the GNARBOX app on your phone So you've got to download the app before you start using it really, which is fine, it's not a big deal. And then on the app, you're able to go through your SD card or your hard drive, whatever you plug in, and you can edit photos right there on the app, you can edit video on the app, and you can also move files around on the app. So you plug it in, and then in the top left there's like devices, and then that's your card with all the menus and stuff, the same as it will be on your computer. Then you can scroll through and find the files that you want to edit. What I was mostly finding was the editing part of the app wasn't very useful. It was like you could do everything like whites and blacks and exposure and contrast and highlights and shadows and all the things you'd be able to do on any other software. But I just found it to be a little bit clunky. It didn't have a histogram, which really annoyed me. So I mostly wasn't editing too much in the app there. I was mostly picking the photos I wanted and hitting export and moving them over to my phone and editing them on a program called Snapseed, which is a really good app. And it's like a free way to edit photos. It's really sick, and I highly recommend it. And it just seemed to work a little bit better that way. It also meant you're using the box basically just to move photos from the card onto your phone, and then that was a lot easier on the battery life too. You can edit video through the app too, but the app doesn't support .mts files, which is like I'm shooting on a Sony camera in AVC HD, so it's getting you .mts, so that's like not supported, which is kind of shitty. Hopefully that's going to be fixed in a software update. You can also plug in your hard drive, but no USB-C, which is super annoying. But it does have 2 regular USB slots, so that's sweet. The thing I've mostly found with the hard drive element to the app was it seemed to be a bit intermittent. I don't know if this is like just an issue I'm having, or if this is like going to be fixed in a new firmware update, but it was a little bit intermittent, making an external hard drive connect with the box properly. Like in this video I'm showing you right now, it didn't work at all, even though the light was spinning on the hard drive. Like I could hear the hard drive was working, it just wasn't popping up in the app, and I don't know why. So hopefully that's going to be fixed in a future firmware fix. I'd say on the whole I was very happy to have this GNARBOX on my last trip instead of having to lug my laptop around everywhere. I did still manage to do what I needed to do in terms of editing photos, and I could do that on my phone fairly comfortably with Snapseed. I think there's some other mobile editing apps out there too, which are also free, which are probably worth looking into. So if you're looking for something as an easy way to just back up files on the go and you don't have to take your laptop with you, I'd say this is a pretty great product. I don't know how many other products are on the market now. I know there's like a growing amount, so maybe worth doing a little check-up on, but on the whole I'd say yeah, GNARBOX, pretty useful. So that's the end. This has been a non-comprehensive tech review. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.